Brother Garros raised his bolt gun and strode down the ramp of the Storm Raven. He dropped to one knee at the base of the ramp, sighting along his weapon as the brothers of his tactical squad spread out around him. Off to either side, more Ultramarines were deploying from gunships and drop pods, forming a battle line upon the plains of Xandros. Above, Garros could see the boiling clouds, illuminated by bolt after bolt of lightning, the savage crack and boom audible even over the scream of the gunship's engines. Ahead of him, the broken plain rose up in a steady slope to the feet of a jagged, shatter-peaked mountain. At the base of this towering edifice yawned a vast chasm, a ragged, rocky moor from which pulsed waves of cold, emerald illumination. As Garros watched, the foe emerged from amid that shimmering witchlight. Rank after rank of Necrons crunched down the slope in unfaltering lockstep, their shadows thrown long and monstrous before them by the eerie glow from the chasm. A lesser man might have felt fear at that sight. Garros felt only a righteous disgust for the alien foe. With a howl of engines, a wing of Storm Talon gunships swept low over the Ultramarines' line, missiles streaking away from beneath them to slam into the Necrons' advance guard. Metallic bodies were hurled high into the air, and Garros' auto-sensors dimmed his vision momentarily to compensate for the flare of the blast. His vision fully returned, he saw burning Xenos corpses strewn all about the slope, but the surviving Necrons simply marched over their fallen, some of which were already staggering back to their feet. Garros' sergeant delivered several clipped orders over the squad Vox, and the tactical Marines rose and began to advance. All along the line, Ultramarines raised their bolters, took careful aim, and let fly into the foe. Garros' bolter thumped, each shot cratering metal flesh, or tearing off limbs and skulls. His brother's fire was no less deadly, and soon the slope was thick with the sparking remains of fallen Xenos. Through the firestorm, the Necrons came on, levelling their own guns and firing back. A tide of green light engulfed the Space Marine lines, flaying armour, flesh and bone to dust. Garros cursed as to his left, Brother Kelos's chest was laid open to the spine. The Ultramarine fell, and Garros vowed his loss would be avenged. Necron war engines were now emerging from the chasm, vast drifting monoliths looming over the attacking Ultramarines. Emerald energies crackled, lashing from the slab-sided vehicles to blast gaping holes in the Space Marine line. Still, the Sons of Guilliman came on, Garros joining his voice to his brothers as they gave vent to a defiant war cry. Guns howled as the Ultramarines' devastators opened fire, the fury of their heavy weapons churning the Necron ranks to ruin. At the same time, Garros saw the Storm Talons race overhead once more. Looping in towards the monoliths, the lead gunship was clipped by a crackling blast of Gauss energy, spiralling away in flames. Yet its fellows hammered the flank of the nearest monolith with missiles and sent it crashing down amid gouts of fire. Garros cheered as the monolith fell, bellowing praise to the Emperor and directing another volley of fire into the approaching foe. No matter what weapons the Xenos might turn against them, he knew the Ultramarines would prevail, for they were the Emperor's finest, and none would stay their wrath.